It's game week, baby. It is game week. We have waited for a long, long time. And it's right around the corner. It is right around the corner. Sunday, September 8th. Giants, Vikes. Let's have a preview and let's talk about it. But first, I want to hear from you in the chat. Who do you got? Who do you got winning the football game? Who's going 1-0? NYG, MIN, cast your votes right now in the comment section. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and it is game week. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. It feels like the draft was yesterday. It feels like week 18 against the Philadelphia Eagles was 2 weeks ago. But we get to go Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, mano a mano, and the Giants need to go 1-0. In today's video, I've got 5 reasons the New York Giants are going to beat the Minnesota Vikings. And I also polled Patrick Seatman, former producer of this show, now host of the Minnesota Vikings channel here at Chat Sports, and I told him to give me 5 reasons as to why he thinks the Vikings are going to beat the Giants. So we've got it from both angles. Pause. Let's start with this, though. Jordan Addison, will he play? Patrick Seatman told me that Jordan Addison is most likely going to be questionable and most likely will play week 1, but he's questionable with an ankle injury that he suffered. I don't remember if it was joint practices or early on in training camp, but Addison is most likely going to play, but he is going to be questionable for week 1, and he's a good player. Giants are a little bit weak in the secondary. Just signed Adoree Jackson. That should help them there. To my knowledge, Giants are fully healthy. Like the players that I thought may not play week 1 were going to be Cordell Flott. He's going to play, according to Brian Dable. I was worried about Andrew Phillips. He supposedly is going to play. There was talks about John Runyon being injured. I've heard he is going to play. Giants are fully healthy. They need to go out and play. My guy Breaking Tackles on Twitter. Awesome tweet. Just want to give you guys some information on the Minnesota Vikings. Viking scouting report. The Vikings blitz on 51% of the defensive snaps. Number 1 in the NFL. They lead the league in zone coverage frequency, using it on 69% of plays last year. Nice. And the Vikings utilize the highest combination of blitzes and 3-man rushes in the NFL. Their defensive coordinator is going to keep the Giants offense on their toes. You're going to see 11 guys on the line of scrimmage someplace, and you're going to see 11 people dropping a coverage off the line of scrimmage. Brian Flores is going to make Daniel Jones make checks and calls at the line of scrimmage. He's very creative. He's one of the best DCs in the NFL. See if Daniel Jones is up for the task. All righty, I asked Patrick Seatman, former producer of the show, to give me 5 reasons why the Minnesota Vikings win the game. We'll run through them. He says they got to keep Dexter Lawrence in check. The interior part of the Minnesota Vikings offensive line is the weakest part of their offensive line. They got 2 good tackles, but the interior offensive line, it is not their strongest suit. He thinks keeping Dexter Lawrence in check and not letting him wreck the game is one of the bigger keys to victories. Also, number 2, he thinks that Brian Flores has Daniel Jones, seeing ghosts. Kind of like what we talked about. 11 people on the line of scrimmage, 8 people coming, 3 dropping. He's dropping, he's coming, pause, he's dropping a lot of different looks, exotic pressures, exotic blitzes, different things every single snap, causing Daniel Jones to make plays and checks at the line of scrimmage pre-snap. Reason number 3, Justin Jefferson. He thinks Justin Jefferson's going to have a big game. He has no respect for Deonte Banks. He doesn't think Deonte Banks can cover him. Well, we just added Adoree Jackson. And remember, Adoree Jackson shut down Justin Jefferson in that playoff game. He thinks that Jefferson's going to have a big game. He also thinks the Vikings are going to be able to run the football with their new running back, Aaron Jones, against the New York Giants. Aaron Jones finished the season as one of the hotter backs in the NFL last year for the Green Bay Packers. Can they run the football on the Giants? Seeps thinks so. Also, he thinks the other guys need to make plays. Guys like Jalen Naylor, their wide receiver 3, and Tristan Jackson, their wide receiver 4. So he thinks that Deonte Banks is going to get cooked and the other guys make plays. His score prediction, I think it was 17-6. He's got the Vikings winning 17-6. That is Patrick Seatman's score prediction. What's yours? Predict the score of the Giants versus the Vikings. I'll give you my score prediction at the end of the video. But Seeps, Vikings host, former Giants producer, he's got his Purple People Eaters winning 17-6. Coming up next, I'm going to tell you why the Giants are going to win the game. I got 5 reasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as to why the New York Giants are going to beat the Minnesota Vikings. But first, I got to give a major shout out to today's sponsor, Prize Picks, our proud daily fantasy sports partner. Get hooked up with them. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS. That's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Daily fantasy sports made easy. You get $50 when you play $5. So make a $5 lineup, and they're going to give you $50. I'm not good at math, but that seems like a pretty good deal. Get $5, and then you get $50, meaning you have $55. That seems pretty good. And with week 1 here, football here, now's the time to play. Here is my lineup. I'm selecting more than half a touchdown for Malik Nabers. He's going to be in the paint. I'm going to get more on rushing yards for Devin Singletary. And I got less on the passing yards for Sam Darnold. You can roll with my pick. You can fade my picks. But do it with Prize Picks. PrizePicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS, and you get $50 when you play $5. Take advantage of the deal. It will not be here forever. Easy and exciting daily fantasy sports. You create a lineup of 2 to 6 players. You pick more. You pick less. You play Prize Picks. All righty. The real reason you're here. Why the Giants beat the Minnesota Vikings. I've got 5 reasons why it happens. I honestly, I'll wait and tell you what I think is going to happen. Daniel Jones has to play good. And Daniel Jones has to outplay Sam Darnold. The Giants cannot afford for them to shoot themselves in the foot. You can't throw pick sixes backed up on your old goal line. You can't leave it short and inside when you're trying to throw deep to Jalen Hyatt on the sideline. Daniel Jones has to take care of the football. They are going to bring the pressure. They are going to blitz. Take the sack. Hold on to the football. Don't fumble. Don't throw picks. And the Giants will be okay. And I'll play Sam Darnold, who, he stinks. Sam Darnold stinks. I don't think Daniel Jones is that good, but he's better than Sam Darnold. Not asking Daniel Jones to go be a MVP quarterback. Not asking Daniel Jones to go throw for 500 yards. Take care of the football and just play better than Sam Darnold. Be better on the money downs. It's going to be tough. Vikings defense has some talent. Their defensive coordinator is really good. Brian Flores is known as one of the better defensive coordinators in this league. He's going to bring pressure from every angle. He's going to make the Giants work for every single yard. He's going to have exotic scheme and exotic look time and time again. But nothing I'm scared of at all. Giants will be okay. And then what about this one? 97, 0, and 5. The big dogs. The big 3. They flip those for Burns and Thibodeaux. QB hits and pressures. 97, 0, and 5. Wreck the game. That's how it's going to happen. They don't have anyone to block Dexter Lawrence. That's why Patrick Seaman said he can't let him wreck the game. They got 2 bookend tackles. They can't block Brian Burns. And Kayvon Thibodeaux needs to make plays. At the end of the day, you are only going to be as good as these guys. These guys need to show up. These guys need to show up. If the Giants are going to win this game, it's because these 3 wreck the game. The Vikings offensive line, it's solid. Darisal's good. O'Neal is good. Blake Brandel is no good. Garrett Bradbury is no good. Ed Ingram is no good. Those 3 guys need to wreck this football game. And on the offensive side of the ball, you got to get the ball in number 1's hands. Whether it be a handoff, whether it be a little pop pass, whether it be you're taking the top off, whether he's running a slant, dig, it does not matter. Get Nabers the ball early and often. Early and often. He's your most explosive playmaker. He's the best playmaker on this team. And the Vikings corners, they're not all that great. They had to go out and sign Stephon Gilmore a week before the season, 2 weeks before the season. Byron Murphy can not guard Malik Nabers. Shaquille Griffin cannot guard Malik Nabers. Can Stephon Gilmore guard Malik Nabers? How about Malik Nabers let Stephon Gilmore know, hey, buddy, you should have retired. Last, number 4. Don't let Justin Jefferson beat you. Do not let Justin Jefferson beat you. Because he can. Second best receiver in the NFL, in my opinion, behind Tyreek Hill. Don't let him go crazy. Like Sam Darnold knows that this defense and this offense is going to cook for Minnesota. It's going to go through 18. He's off to one of the better starts of any receiver in NFL history. Giants did a good job in the 2022 playoffs, slowing him down. But it's a new team. It's a new D coordinator. Deonte Banks is going to need help. He is. I'm not sure you can go solo, mano-a-mano, on Justin Jefferson. You're going to need help over the top from your safeties. Not sure if Adoree Jackson is going to be ready to play week 1 and be ready to go against one of the best receivers, really, enter the NFL in a long, long time and get started. Like, you're going to need those guys. It's going to be a team effort. It's going to be a team effort slowing down Justin Jefferson. And I really think that this is the most important key, because I think that when you are a team that play, like, let's just keep it honest. Giants talent on their roster, probably bottom third of the league. Vikings talent on their roster, probably bottom third in the league. These teams are in the same tier as me. They're in the same tier. So it will come down to the little things. Third downs and red zone efficiency. When you get in the red zone, you got to get 6. When you get in the red zone, you cannot settle for 3. When it's 3rd and 7, Daniel Jones needs to make a play. Malik Nabers needs to get open. Slate needs to take the top off when there's 0 looks. Whatever team is better in the red zone and whatever team is better on 3rd downs, probably going to win this game. Like, we could do all this fun stuff. Got to stop Nabers. Got to stop Jefferson. Got to get pressure. Got to do that. Take care of the football. Do that. But if you're bad on 3rd downs and you're bad in the red zone, you're going to be 0-1. But if you're good in the red zone and you're good on 3rd downs, you're going to be 1-0. Who you got? We've gone through everything. Who do you got? Giants? Vikes? Let me know in the chat. My official prediction for week 1. Giants win. 20-16. I chose 16 because that means Shane Bowen's defense held up in the red zone. That means he held them to a lot of field goals. Shane Bowen was brought here because of his red zone defense. I got Giants winning 20-16. Let's go, Big Blue.